Cold rivers, quiet college towns, and families who still wake up searching for answers. Across the United States, a series of unexplained deaths has left a deep mark on true crime history. Young men, many of them college students, were found drowned near campuses, often after nights out with friends. At first, each case looked isolated. Tragic, yes, but accidental. Over time, patterns began to emerge, patterns that refused to stay silent. This is where the Smiley Face Killings debate begins. The theory suggests these deaths may be connected, possibly involving foul play rather than simple accidents. What made people pause were the similarities. Victims disappeared suddenly. Bodies were later recovered from rivers or lakes. In several locations, crude smiley face graffiti appeared nearby, sparking fear that something darker was at work. Coroner reports became a focal point. Official rulings often listed drowning as the cause of death, frequently tied to alcohol. Toxicology results supported that conclusion on paper. Yet families noticed details that felt off. Shoes still on, phones missing, bodies found far from where the men were last seen. None of this proved a crime, but it planted doubt that never fully went away. Federal involvement added another layer. FBI memos reviewed clusters of these cases in cities like Minneapolis, Chicago, and La Crosse. The official stance stated no evidence of an organized serial killer or coordinated attacks. At the same time, internal notes acknowledged public concern and the difficulty of explaining repeated similarities. That careful wording mattered. For families already struggling with loss, it felt incomplete. For the public, it felt unsettling. Local police departments often stood between evidence and emotion. Investigators relied on physical findings, river conditions, and witness statements. Families pushed back, convinced their sons would not simply wander into freezing water alone. This clash created lasting mistrust, a theme that runs through many unsolved deaths in modern urban legends. The smiley face graffiti itself remains controversial. Graffiti is common near bridges and waterways, and authorities have consistently denied any direct connection. Still, once the image entered public memory, it became impossible to separate from the story. Symbols have power, especially when answers feel just out of reach. What keeps this debate alive is not shock value. It's the uncertainty. Official documents offer conclusions, but not closure. And when facts fail to bring peace, questions tend to grow louder. This story matters because it reflects something bigger. How missing college students' cases are handled, how accidental death rulings shape public trust, and how urban legends can grow from real grief rather than imagination. These cases may never share a single explanation. Some may truly be accidents, others may always remain unanswered. But behind every report and memo is a real person, a real family, and a search for truth that did not end with the file being closed. If stories like this matter to you, not for fear, but for understanding, stay curious and stay thoughtful. If you found this video worth your time, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who appreciates deep dives into real American mysteries. There are more stories waiting, and some of them still refuse to rest. Until the next one, stay safe and keep asking questions.